In this two-part video, this is part 2 of the top reasons why people's marriages are failing. But in this part, I actually want to talk about what the lack of commitment looks like in a marriage, but also in relationships that are in training, people that are dating to get married or that are engaged. And you're wondering, do I need to give her this ring? Do I really want to commit? Do I want to say yes? This will help you with the signs to look for if this person is serious about commitment with you or not. In the first video, I broke down what commitment actually looks like in 3 subcategories, 1 being behavioral commitment, 2 being cognitive commitment, and 3 being emotional commitment. And I also shared examples of what that looks like. So for emotional commitment, example of that would be having 1 foot in the door and 1 out. That is when you are hesitant and on fence about giving a woman a ring, and women about, do I really want to take this guy serious or not? And then if you're married, this is like, you have already said I do, but now you're saying, do I see a future with this person? Am I sure this is really what I want to do? Which would lead into frequently thinking about life without your spouse, life without this person while you're engaged, married, or dating to get married. If you're having these thoughts, this is a number 1 sign that you are lacking commitment on your end. This is another popular one where you're having emotional affairs. You're entertaining or fantasizing, romanticizing, and entertaining other options. That also goes with keeping 1 foot in and 1 out. You're trying to keep your options open is what we call that. So that's a sign that you're emotionally not committed to this person. Another reason would be indifference to their feelings. Your partner's feelings and needs are no longer important to you. You could care less what they need. You could care less about how they feel. You emotionally are disconnected, and that is not a good sign on moving forward in a marriage. Or if you're married, you need to figure out why you're feeling that way. You need to have that conversation on why you feel so disconnected emotionally. Could it be because you're feeling disrespected as a man? For a woman, could it be because you feel like you're not being loved properly? And secondly, we're going to talk about behavioral signs of a lack of commitment. This is a big one. A lot of people refuse to compromise and make sacrifices in a relationship. Marriage is all about sacrifice. That's why you become one when you get married. There is no such thing as his is his and mine is mine, or his is mine and mine is mine. No, his is yours and yours is his. You are one. There are sacrifices made. Everything that you have is his. It's very much that simple. Another one that a lot of men talk about is the biggest one when they feel that commitment isn't there is the withholding intimacy. Ladies, you have got to stop holding this intimacy and sexual pleasures on a pedestal. Like, stop holding that as if you're dangling a carrot in front of a rabbit saying, if you don't act right, if you don't love me right, you're not getting this. And I know that's what you desire and want and you need. That's just the ultimate manipulation. You need to get from under that spirit. If you guys are no longer planning the future together, these are all signs behaviorally that you are lacking commitment. Lastly is the cognitive patterns. Like I mentioned before in part 1, cognitive is the way that you think, the way that you deliver your messages to your partner. So this would be constantly thinking and premeditating on divorce as an option as a married couple. And then if you're engaged, you're constantly thinking and premeditating on, what if this doesn't work out? Do I really want to go through with this? That is a huge indicator that you are lacking commitment cognitively. You're unwilling to work on problems that are necessary on, first of all, growing yourself, but also growing your marriage. Because if you don't work on yourself first and look in the mirror at you and your issues, you cannot go to help your spouse or anyone else, because this is a you thing. Worry about the plank in your eye versus the speck in theirs, okay? No one has this whole me first mentality all the time with all decisions. Huge no-no, huge red flag on cognitively lacking commitment. And another huge disaster is comparing your partner unfavorably to other people. Don't do that. Ladies and men, do not start comparing. Well, my ex did this. Well, the neighbor across the street husband does this. That will literally cause your spouse to become insecure. It will. And then it'll make them feel like you don't even love them. Do you even care about me enough if you're comparing me to them? Because I'm sure in rebuttal you hear, well, go deal with the neighbor then. Go sleep with the girl on your job. That has to be what people are saying in rebuttal because of the comparison unfavorably amongst your spouse or your girlfriend or boyfriend in your relationships. So those are the red flags. Those are the signs and wonders that you need to know if there is a sense of lack of commitment in your marriage, which research has studied that is the number 1 reason for divorce. So this is not something to take lightly. This is something to start assessing and observing in your marriage, in relationships, especially premarital, because you can save yourself a bullet, to be honest with you. Yeah, the more you know, the better educated you are with making decisions on life altering decisions. So if you are not married yet, and you have the choice to see this video and identify where you may be lacking yourself, but also where your partner may be lacking, this is a good time to have courageous conversations. Open up, make the environment safe and comfortable, and start talking about the things that you want your partner to know about you. And then vice versa. And if you are already married and you are sensing a lack of commitment emotionally, behaviorally, or the way you're thinking in your marriage, again, same rules apply. Start having those conversations. If you don't feel like you can do it on your own, reach out to a trusted counselor, friend, mentor, therapist if you need to, so that you can start opening up and really sharing some of those dark secrets and wounds that nobody knows about. If this video helps you in any way, please share it, subscribe, and like.